Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us here at 816 Podcasting and presenting episode 6 of Mark Out Wrestling with your hosts Glenn and Anthony. In this episode, we will recap this week in wrestling, preview next week, and give you our thoughts on the first round of the Mae Young Classic. Now, starting with that, I do want to point out I had a lot of trouble with the network, so I wasn't able to watch as much Mae Young Classic as you were, and apparently I missed a pretty good couple shows.
Yeah, man, it was awesome. I really enjoyed it. I don't know why I was expecting to be let down, but it was awesome.
What do you want? Candice wrestling. See, I didn't get to see that match.
Rachel Evers kind of let me down, but that was still a good match.
Yeah.
Fucking Sarah Logan and who'd she go up against? The Maya chick from 8. Like they put on a show. They probably stole the show in the first round.
Yeah. I was really disappointed that the network kept crashing on me, and I had to re-download it, and
that's right. I forgot to watch NXT this week.
Yeah,
just doing everything for our fantasy football draft.
Right,
I just forgot about it.
All right, what do you want to start? Episode 1.
We got big news,
or you want to start on the news?
We got big news right away as far as Xavier Woods and Samoa Joe both getting hurt.
Right
at the live show Monday,
mm-hmm.
and Woods not so bad. Looks like he's going to be all right.
Right,
with the sign that says
it's just sore,
which was awesome. And then Samoa Joe. Out 4 to 6 weeks, so he's going to miss No Mercy.
Yeah, which sucks.
Yeah, man. It's already looking like a pretty stacked card, too.
Right. I guess, like, what was he going to do anyways?
I don't know, but I liked him putting his hands on Cena. That was awesome.
Yeah, that would have... Like, do you think this pushed the Roman-Cena match up to No Mercy? Do you think that's why?
No, I think it was going to be at No Mercy anyway.
I mean, maybe. I don't know what he was going to do. Because
I don't know where he was going with it either. But I mean, obviously he was going to go somewhere.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But apparently, John Cena is for sure leaving after No Mercy.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, he's already told WWE that. So this is like a one-off with Roman Reigns.
So he can put Roman over.
Yeah, I don't think Samoa had anything to do with that timetable.
So, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like, this injury probably happened at, like, the best time it could happen then, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, you never want to say that about an injury, but, it lets some feuds die down, and then after No Mercy, you can start some feuds back up and see where Joe goes, I would imagine.
I'm sure he'll go back
back to Roman.
Yeah, Roman.
But
I think I said James. Who is
James? James Reigns.
I meant to say like Reigns, yeah. And it came out James, and I was like, "Who's James?" James Ellsworth. He's gonna go kick his ass.
Yeah, right. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. He's beaten AJ Styles a couple times. Hate that guy so much.
AJ Styles?
No, James Ellsworth.
That's like, my heart was broken.
No.
Who hates AJ Styles?
AJ Styles is a god.
Is it the hair? He'll cut the hair. Leave him alone.
He needs to cut that hair.
No, he probably won't do it.
I mean, he won't, but who was it that said he had soccer mom hair?
John Cena.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't wrong about that.
Wrong.
What's the other big news is JBL stepping down as commentator on SmackDown.
Yeah, Corey Graves is going to take over.
Which I'm good with, man. Give me as much Corey Graves as you possibly can.
McGinnis takes over on 205. But
right.
They haven't announced yet whether Corey's going to do Raw and SmackDown.
No, Corey tweeted out that he's staying on Raw also.
So he's doing both.
We're going to get Corey 2 nights in a row.
Woo!
I love that.
I want to see them bring Ronaldo back.
Yeah. I love Morrow on NXT, though. Like, he just fits there.
He doesn't need to leave NXT to come back, but who knows?
Right.
Well, I guess you do, because that's always a full sell.
But I love that not only are we getting Corey 2 nights in a row, we're getting Corey and Tom Phillips back together. And
yeah,
they on NXT were great. Yeah, man, give me as much Corey Graves as possible. This virtually makes him the voice of WWE now, right?
Yeah.
I know there were some rumors about people wanting Renee Young to step in. That would have been kind of cool.
That would have been cool. She's earned it, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Cause she did NXT for a while, didn't she? She was a commentator on NXT for a while.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that would have been awesome. But I guess I can understand why they went with Corey Graves.
We never talked about them like canceling.
Talking Smack.
That was like, I felt like that's like she earned that.
Yeah.
And
Everybody loved that, man.
That's so weird that Vince canceled that. That had to be like one of the most watched shows on the network.
Oh, I agree. And that Talking Smack is like what got over
The Miz.
The Miz. Jinder Mahal got over on there with some of the stuff he said.
Whatever.
Baron Corbin got over on there.
I mean, about Jinder.
Yeah, come on. Anyways, but to just cancel it.
Give me an opportunity.
And then they did the smacking talk, right? Like the next week, it was her and Daniel Bryan, where it was like the unapproved Talking Smack. They called it Smack, but they only did it 1 week, right?
They did it on some, I guess, social media that the WWE used to use. I don't remember what it's called.
Wasn't it YouTube?
No, it might have got uploaded to YouTube, but that's not what it originally aired on.
Now, Talking Smack is still supposed to air after SmackDown pay-per-views, though, right?
Yeah, after pay-per-views only. But it should be after everyone. It gave even like people that didn't get TV time, or it gave them time to come in and talk, and prove that they could. It lets you see like how they do staying in character when they're asked questions, unscripted questions,
while breaking kayfabe just a little bit.
Right. That worked out well for Alexa Bliss. You saw that she could handle it like right off the bat.
I don't know what. It's just Vince is in this cost-cutting mode right now. That's why we don't have pyros anymore. That's why we don't have. You don't have a specialized stage for SummerSlam. It's just like a regular SmackDown or Raw stage.
Pyros for SummerSlam blew me away.
It's unbelievable.
Brock
man.
Lesnar comes out and he still does that like shake, like he's doing the pyro. Like,
so many people's entrances look just lame now without the pyro. I don't know.
The Demon King still marches on.
But he doesn't have pyro. It's just smoke and the boom boom.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't need pyro.
God, you have such a hard on for Finn Balor.
Finn Balor is awesome, man.
All right, you want to recap this week?
You don't sitting there with a fucking Bullet Club T-shirt on right now.
Hey, I'm a mark. I have no problem admitting it.
All right, there we go. So you want to start with Raw?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we opened up with the Battle Royal for the Intercontinental Championship. You had to assume the favorites were Jason Jordan and Finn Balor.
Right.
Little did we know Jeff Hardy. Brother Nero taking one more run.
Anybody think that was going to happen?
I was thinking, like, I swear to God, I was thinking in the match, like, Jeff Hardy's like a dark horse. Like, you shouldn't count him out. And then he wins, and I was like, no way.
What if it came down to him and Matt? That would have been good.
That would have been awesome.
But, I don't know. I feel like that would have been like feeling like they were teasing a breakup and nobody...
With Gallows and Anderson attacking Matt afterwards, you have to assume that rivalry is going to keep going.
Yeah, I think...
Did you see that The Miz offered Jeff to like join the Miztourage?
Did he really?
On his birthday, he sent him like an Instagram or a tweet or something.
Oh my
and he's
God!
Like, instead of delete, how about we restore the Hardys to their former glory? Because he's talking about how they're just washed up. But if they could come learn under the Miz tree or something as part of the Miztourage, they could restore to their old exuberant. And then Matt and Jeff responded like the next day on Twitter, like saying that they would join, and they're like, just kidding. And they're like, no, we're going to take the Intercontinental Championship back.
I can't believe Miz is not in the main event scene somewhere. I would be alright with moving him back to SmackDown and putting him in the main event scene there. If there's, I truly believe this is, if there's anybody in WWE right now that deserves a main event run with the title, I think it's The Miz, man.
I don't know if you watched Up, Up, Down, Down recently, but The Miz did Madden with actual NFL players. He did Todd Gurley, Marquise Lee, and who was the last one? Oh, he did Malcolm Butler, Patriots. Watching The Miz talk shit to NFL players, like Malcolm Butler, top 5 cornerback in the league, gets the interception, wins the Super Bowl, and Miz is sitting there talking about, you don't know anything about defense. I know defense. That's why I'm beating you right now. And he's talking shit to him. That's awesome.
Wasn't Travis Kelce on an episode of that? Of Up, Up, Down, Down?
Not one that I saw.
Man,
but
I know there was a Chiefs player.
Is one of the best in the business at what he does.
Oh, absolutely.
They just released the PWI 500.
Mm-hmm.
Miz is top 10 for the first time since 2011 or 12. When
he should be. He absolutely should be. I did see Okada was number 1, right?
Okada's number 1.
This is the first time a Japanese wrestler has been number 1 on the list?
Ever.
That's incredible.
That's huge.
Who was it last year? Omega? Styles? I assume it had to be one of those two.
I think it was Omega.
Yeah, I would assume it had to have been one of those two.
Yeah.
That's
the year
incredible.
before that was Roman Reigns, right?
No,
I swear to God.
No, most hated.
It was last year. I think was Roman Reigns.
No, there's no way Roman Reigns. No,
you want to look it up right now?
No, he was like the number one most hated wrestler, and it's like the first time a face had been the number one most hated wrestler.
I guarantee you that either last year or the year before, it was Roman Reigns.
Absolutely not. I'm gonna look that up right now.
All right, let's look it up.
Hold on. There's no way that is possible.
I told you, bro. Last year,
I'm looking
number
at this.
one.
There's unbelievable.
Everybody lost their freaking mind. This is not a. It's weird too because WWE pushes him so much, but to see like an established magazine or
actually put him.
Yeah, these are kind of like unofficial official rankings,
right?
And to see that put him at number one was like mind blowing.
Wow, I can't believe I didn't realize that happened.
That's awesome.
That is unbelievable. Look, and nothing against Roman. I think we both talked about it. We both like Roman, but number one,
so hard to like him anymore.
Oh, you think so?
It's worse and worse, man.
Oh, I disagree. I think he's getting better.
I like him better this week.
I think, dude, the guy hasn't held the argument of people saying he's like getting shoved down our throats. Like the guy hasn't held a title in over a year, major title in over a year.
Got popped.
Yeah,
he hasn't touched it. He's had the U.S. title. He's been in the picture.
Right.
He's fought for the championship a lot. But, yeah, you're right. He hasn't held it since he lost it to Seth Rollins. When Seth Rollins came back and then Dean Ambrose cashed in. And he hasn't touched it since.
Right. All right. Yeah, I agree. I think
it was Money in the Bank last year.
Yep. So it's been over a year.
Right after WrestleMania last year.
Huh?
Yeah, that was right after Mania last year. So it's been over a year.
I still can't believe that. Number one. That's crazy.
Right? I told you, man. Like, people went crazy when that list came out. I remember that.
All right. So back to Raw. So Jeff Hardy wins. Now, do you think... So this is going to be uploaded Tuesday, September 5th, right? Mm-hmm. So we'll have already known by the time this is uploaded what happens. Jeff Hardy doesn't win the title, right?
Why not?
Well, what?
You jerk.
Look, I know he's your favorite wrestler, so you're a little biased on this.
No. Listen, why? If you're not going to have him win the title, why not have like Jason Jordan continue his thing, or why not have? I don't know. I don't see why they wouldn't do it, and I'm not going to predict anything. we both know what happened with SummerSlam.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That was ridiculous. They might. Miz has had a long, fruitful reign. Why not put it on Jeff until the revival come back? Let him have a little singles run or whatever.
Because what do you do with Matt then?
They can still be a tag team. It's happened before.
What is the point in that?
With singles championships.
Yeah, and it never really works out.
It never really works out. It's just something to do, I guess.
I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't
be surprised if they put the title on.
I would be surprised.
I would not.
He's how old is he? 40?
They got to be close to 40.
Yeah, I don't see it.
They started so young though. They were like 18, 19 when they first came.
Oh, Jeff was younger than that.
Yeah,
I think he was like 16 in his first.
In the late 90s, I want to say. So it's not like they're. I mean, I guess we could do the math, but
I'm pretty sure he was like 16 in his first match for WWE. I think he lied to them about his age and got a match.
Apparently, they got kept around because they got asked for. They were jobbers when they first came in. Right. But the way they were taking bumps and stuff, like they were just making everyone look so good. The way like they would get clothesline and do like a flip, and then the way they were just getting thrown around, like everyone's like, I want that guy. He makes me look good.
Right.
He looks like a beast.
Yeah.
And that's why they got kept around.
Look, I'm not saying like I wouldn't like it for a nostalgia reason. Plus, I think that specific IC title would look good on Jeff because he held the oval one. I don't see it, man. The Miz is red hot right now.
I don't like you calling it a nostalgic. I don't think they're nostalgic.
They 100% are.
They're still so relevant,
dude. Have you watched?
Like they're old
they do not.
Coming in.
Yes, they are. No, they do not move around the ring like they used to.
Until he was 50, looking good the whole time.
He didn't put his body through half the shit they have.
No, not even half. But
that's what I'm saying. Like they don't move around the ring.
They're still one of the most relevant tag teams in the world today. And singles competitors, I think you can give them both a singles run, make them look good.
What?
I don't think they're nostalgic. It upsets me that you think that.
I'm sorry. I don't think I'm alone in that though.
Oh, I think you're in the minority.
No, absolutely not.
Sure.
Absolutely not.
I hate you.
I'm in the majority on that one. I think you are on an island with maybe you and 7 other people and thinking they aren't a nostalgia act.
You should go yourself, sir.
All right, let's move on. Things are getting heated.
All right.
Speaking of heated, you want to talk about this right now? I think you know what I'm talking about.
Suplex City?
No.
The 3v3?
No.
What are we talking about? Oh, John Cena, Roman Reigns?
Yes.
Oh, we have to talk about that, yeah.
Yeah.
So...
Work, shoot. Shoot, work?
Yeah, well, it came off like a shoot.
Right.
Completely worked.
Yeah. Supposedly it was scripted.
According to Dave Meltzer from Wrestling Observer. So.
Which, what the fuck does Dave Meltzer know?
Yeah, bum. No, definitely scripted outside of the one line where John Cena said, it's called a promo, kid. You're going to have to do it at some point. Apparently that was John Cena just filling in the silence as Roman Reigns tried to remember his line or something. But
looked like it pissed Roman off, though.
Looked like it pissed him off real good.
Like, it looked like he was legit ready to shoot fight John Cena after that.
That was awesome.
I'm telling you, man.
He just destroyed Roman on the mic. I wonder if they're trying to get sympathy for him or something.
I don't know. Do you think...
That was the perfect way to, get us to care about that match, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Suddenly, everyone's invested.
Dude, my favorite line was when he was like, I'm still here because you can't do your job. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, dude. When he said that, I went off, too.
Man, so I didn't, I've always thought Cena was good on the mic. I think he might be, severely underrated on the mic.
No, I've always thought he was the best of, his time.
No, not the best.
I mean...
He's good. He's really, really good.
Who's better?
Jericho.
Oh.
Oh, don't you fucking dare.
Oh.
The Miz.
I mean, they're up there with him.
Oh, Jericho's so much better.
John Cena's always been at the top on the mic.
Oh, well, with his raps and stuff like that.
He's just a different style, but he's up there with The Rock and stuff.
You get the fuck out of here.
No, they're the same league.
No, you stop talking right now.
Styles.
We're getting a new host next week, guys.
They're just different styles, is all it is.
But
no, The Miz is up there for sure.
But
Jericho is just the best at
he's the best in the world.
Things.
CM Punk, great on the mic.
Yeah.
But
he tells it like it is. The best on the mic are always the guys who just find some kind of truth,
right,
in what they're doing. Yeah, they really believe.
If you can let a guy just talk, and I think it's shown it with Roman Reigns, where if you don't give him a script that he has to read, he can throw a decent promo out there when he's just talking. When you give him a script, I mean, the guy sounds like he's reading from a script. But
speaking of top promo guys, I think KO has to be mentioned.
Oh yeah, he's so good.
Yeah, he's another guy that just really envelops his character and just.
Someone who I used to think was really bad on the mic, and this is no knock against him because one of the best wrestlers in the world. I used to think AJ Styles was not good on the mic.
I agree,
especially in TNA, wasn't very good on the mic. Man, he's cut some really good promos since he's been in WWE.
He's not too good as a face on the mic.
No, he was much better as a heel.
Yeah.
Which is weird because I always thought, in TNA, his heel run was
he seems like a more
whack.
natural face anyway, though.
Right.
Which is weird.
And then in New Japan, he was obviously a heel just because Bullet Club was a heel faction. But back to Cena. I've kind of always teetered on if I like Cena, if I don't like Cena. I was always in the middle. I didn't hate him. I didn't necessarily like him. That promo, just I was like, dude, I fucking love this guy now. Just
I've always been a fan of.
Well, that's how I am. I've always been behind Roman Reigns. I've always thought Roman was good.
Me too, until recently. I swear, for some reason now when he just comes on, I'm just this guy.
Oh, see,
I don't know what it is. I don't know what changed, but
I think he's been so much better lately.
It's just his Superman punches. Just stop with the
Superman. Stop with it was cool, at first, when he first came up, I was like, all right, that's neat.
I feel like
he does but 50 Superman punches in a match is a little bit much, Roman.
I feel like he does it to piss off his critics.
Oh, he probably does at this point.
But now the people who are defending him, that's not all he does. And then you see a match and that's all he does. And you're like, bro, I just.
It's not all he does, but he does it way much. But him and Dean Ambrose, I love Dean Ambrose. But when he does that thing where he bounces off the rope and hits him with the clothesline,
the lunatic lariat.
Yeah, I'm so tired of that too. He does that so much, and then that stupid thing.
He needs to do it faster, not just.
Yeah, it looks, and he doesn't if it's set up perfectly, it works. But sometimes it feels forced. And that stupid thing where he runs to the turnbuckle and jumps and spins around off of it, I hate that too. Just like, stop doing stupid shit and you guys will get over. I don't understand. It makes me so mad. Wrestling makes me so mad sometimes.
It never works out when you have someone trying to duplicate someone else's character. Like they're trying to have Dean Ambrose be Stone Cold Steve Austin. You're not gonna make another Stone Cold just let Dean be Dean.
Right.
Or the Ascension trying to do Legion of Doom. Let's just stop imitating. Just be your... They need to come up with a new... You're never going to be as good as the originals.
You hear that, Young Bucks? Stop trying to be the Hardy Boys.
Oh.
I'm just kidding, guys. Don't take my head off. Because I'm wearing my Bullet Club shirt right now.
Right. Whose side are you on?
I don't know. And then we got... so that promo. Do you think that hurt or helped Roman?
I think it helped.
I think it helped him also.
Yeah.
Anytime you're in
the funnest part of that match, because right after that contract signing, they did the two of them versus Gallows and Harrison.
Right.
The funnest part of that match was Roman Reigns just sitting there as Cena's getting pounded on and just laughing. That was the only interesting thing about that match.
Yeah.
Just like, oh.
And then Roman got
a tough guy.
Roman got the clean pin, and Cena just like mockingly clapped at him, like, "Yeah, good job." I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, excited for that.
Anytime you're in a program with John Cena, it can either help you or it can hurt you. Like, that's really the only... Because he'll either...
We'll see if he rises to the occasion. Right?
Yeah, he'll either, I don't want to say he'll bury you, but Cena's been known to bury you. But, man, when he brought that shit up in the promo...
Well, this might be another instance where he goes, he's not ready.
No.
We'll see what happens.
He's a 4-time champion. What is... Vince is going to be like, I don't really give a shit what you say on this one, John. He's my boy toy. All right.
He's my boy toy.
He's winning. I don't care what you say, Cena.
No, he's going to win regardless, but I'm saying Cena's definitely going to give feedback afterwards.
Sure. I think it'll be good.
I think it'll be good, too. Like, a lot of people, even like Finn Balor, his first night on Raw, like, he told... he was doing, I think it was Y2J's podcast, talking to Jericho, and he was like, "Man, you hear stories about Roman, but you never really know how good that guy is to get in the ring with him."
Yeah, Finn Balor said this.
Wrestling Roman Reigns. He's like, he's definitely one of the best.
Yeah, Jericho's put him over a few times. Like,
yeah, so I think Cena will be impressed.
If they just
not by the promo,
if they just let Roman go out there and do his thing, I think he would be over, or would have been over. I don't know if there's any saving him now, but. Aside from a heel turn, which, if you listen to Triple H, they've already turned him heel because the fans are booing him.
Yeah, that's not true.
No, no. He's clearly still a face.
Yeah. He says he's not either.
What? A face?
He says he's not face or heel. He's
just the guy.
He's just the guy.
In his yard.
He says it's good because he can go out there and wrestle with anyone.
Yeah, I mean, that's true, I guess.
To, do a heel versus heel or face versus face, which they don't like.
Right.
So, Emma actually got a win this week.
Yeah.
And it was a roll-up on Mickie James, and then she just chants over and over with the mic, "I started the women's revolution." Where is this thing going with her? Do you have any idea?
No. No idea.
She loses for weeks after asking for an opportunity, which kind of seemed like she was getting punished for, like, talking out on Twitter.
Right.
Or maybe that was them starting a story. Who knows? But then, like, now she actually gets a win, which I gave up on. Mm-hmm. But it was like a roll-up.
Right.
And then she just annoyingly, "I started the women's revolution. I started the women's revolution." I was like over it already. Like, I like Emma, and I was like, oh, I'm done with this segment.
I have no idea what they're doing with her. I mean, dude, she's so good, too.
And with all this new influx of talent, like...
Right.
Does she really get a push? Probably not.
No. Asuka probably comes up and beats her.
It annoys me, too, because, like... Some of the matches she's lost, like when she lost to Nia didn't even really do her, like, finish her, I guess. She just kind of, like, splashed her or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's been losing to, like, bum stuff.
And to bums. Like Nia Jax. Yeah. God, I hate her. Speaking of Nia.
She's about to be in the championship picture. Actually, it looks like she's already there.
Oh, my God.
That was the longest sigh. Look how long
I know. That sigh just... I don't want this at all. I do not want Nia anywhere near the title.
I do.
Why do you like her so much? She's so bad.
Who said I like her so much?
You did. You
When?
defend her all the time.
Because you hate on her all the time.
Because she's trash.
Because you give that noise every time we even bring her up.
God, look,
She's not
listen,
trash.
Naya, if you're listening.
You seem like
I don't hate you as a person. You seem like a sweetheart. You're better in the ring than me. That does not mean that you should be in the ring.
Oh,
At least not on the main roster, man. They brought her up way too soon.
I disagree. That match you had with Sasha for the number one contendership for SummerSlam, that was a good match.
Because of Sasha?
How dare you?
What do you...
It takes two to tango, bro.
No, it doesn't. If
Dude,
you're good enough, you
talking
can
about-
carry a match.
This Rachel Evers match, like, I was really excited for because I heard good things about Rachel Evers in the Mae Young Classic first round. That match was awful. And it had nothing to do with Rachel Evers. It had to do with her opponent just being too green. And, like, there was botches and, like, her opponent would freak out before she touched her. And it's like, bruh, like...
Nia doesn't know how to sell, man.
Yeah.
She gets punched in the face and she just kind of like, I don't know, stands there and is like, but not like a good, It's like she just...
Well, it's hard to, like, I'm supposed to hit you, but you're not supposed to go down because you're big. But that's her way of selling it. Her,
God, I hate her. I think don't hate her. Like, I hate the way they're pushing her. Like, she just doesn't. There's so many other women that are way more talented that belong.
By the way, they had another, like, a big girl, and not like big, like just chunky girl.
In the classic.
Mae Young Classic.
Yeah. Which is, I think it's good. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I think Nia is good
They
for.
did a Hurricane Rana on her off the top rope. I was like, whoa. That just shook the whole ring.
Don't get me wrong. I think Nia is good for WWE. I really do. I think she's good for the women's wrestling because, it gets rid of that stigma that you have to be a supermodel. Or, that's what WWE looks for in their women is supermodels. So, like, she fits the mold of women's, not being that. But, man, she's...
It's funny that you say that. She actually was a model. She
was a plus-size model.
Yeah.
But, you know what I mean? Like, they have it in their head what a fitness model should look like.
About 20 or under.
Yeah. I mean, we all know, like, what the divas used to look like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what WWE used to think the women had to look like. Yeah, but, I mean, at least they can wrestle.
Yeah, but not really when they first came in.
No. Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, they kind of just learned on the go.
Right.
And they got good at it. Like, kudos to them.
And I'm not saying Nia can't get there eventually because, I mean, look at Braun Strowman. When he first came in with the Wyatt family and he was wrestling, I was like, this guy is so bad.
Yeah, he was just a big guy.
So bad. And now he is without question the most over person in WWE right now.
Yeah, if they put a title on him, man, they will just crown a superstar.
I want to talk about that here in a little bit. We will. Braun versus Brock.
Let's talk about it now.
Well, I mean, let's finish this topic of calm down. All right, we don't have to jump so quick.
Nia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not necessarily still on Nia. Like, so what does this mean for Sasha?
Well, she's gonna get a rematch, so it'll probably be a triple threat.
You think so?
Yeah.
What's their next pay-per-view?
No Mercy.
Is Raw No Mercy? Yeah, Raw's No Mercy. Okay. So
coming up September 21st.
Yeah, I guess you could do it a triple threat match. I hate when they do that though, man. Like, I don't like when the person getting their rematch isn't getting like their one-on-one rematch. Or, in Finn Balor's case, he gets a number one contenders match.
Fatal 5-way.
Right. That's just that frustrates the hell out of me. Fucking Kevin Owens still hasn't got his rematch for the Universal title.
Right? Poor guy.
Oh my god.
He got beat super quick by Goldberg.
So, okay, so you figure Sasha probably doesn't win the rematch.
No. They're just going to keep this going with her about, like, you can't defend a championship.
Right.
I hate that that's her storyline. She's too good for that storyline.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
5-time women's champion. Or 4-time and
never successfully defended the title.
Come on, bro. Just because you wanted to like protect Charlotte's streak, and now you're making it a story with Sasha.
Yeah,
a streak going the wrong way.
And then they ended Charlotte's streak in such a weird fashion.
Bayley before Mania. That's something that should have been saved for Mania. It was like a pay-per-view before Mania.
It just made no sense the way they ended that.
You thought for sure it was going to be Mania,
right?
If at all.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I thought Bayley was going to be the one to end it, and I thought it was going to be at WrestleMania.
Right, and they do it
We get it on a B pay-per-view that just kind of felt so weird.
Such a big deal about it? Like,
it's the age-old question, man. Why does WWE do what WWE does?
Crazy.
All right, we can talk about Brock and Braun now.
All right, well, that's probably the most exciting thing going on.
Yeah.
Although Braun was off of Raw and Brock showed up for a little promo.
Well, I read that was intentional. They don't want them to meet face-to-face again until No Mercy. They want to keep them away from each other.
The more violence, the better for me. To me, it's a wasted opportunity when Brock Lesnar uses one of his dates up and doesn't
wrestle.
Yeah, I want to see him wrestle every time.
I want to see him wrestle. I want to see him wrestle on Raw. You know what I mean?
It would have been nice if he came out and got the upper hand on Braun Strowman.
Because we don't ever. Does he ever wrestle? Has he wrestled on Raw since he's come back, or since? Yeah, I mean, since he's come back.
No,
all of his dates.
Wrestle on Raw.
He does house shows every once in a while, which is super confusing.
Right, he did like a Friday show or something.
Yeah, but he doesn't ever wrestle. There was one time he was gonna wrestle on Raw, and then they worked it to where it was.
He did the rematch for Randy Orton at SummerSlam, like when he cut him open. The rematch was at a house show, is what it was.
Okay, so stupid. Yeah. Like I'm not as like down on him having the title as I have been in the past, just because like what's going on between him and Braun has been so entertaining. But man, I want to see him on Raw more. And you know, even if it's just like once a month he wrestles a match, not on a pay-per-view, I'd be so much happier with him having the title. I mean, he won the title at Mania, right? And we didn't see him for 2-3 months.
Yeah, we saw him the night after Mania.
Right, and then that was unacceptable.
Yeah.
Well,
they're saying after No Mercy, Brock's going to disappear again for a couple months.
So does Braun take the title?
Until Rumble, I think that's what they're saying.
Braun take the title? Hold it till Rumble?
No, they're saying Brock still wins and then disappears with the title until Royal Rumble.
No, till Royal Rumble?
He won't defend it again until Royal Rumble. Is what they're saying.
And this is after No Mercy.
This is after September 21st, No Mercy against Braun Strowman.
Into January of next year.
Until January.
Dude.
So, half the winter.
Good God.
At least we got football to keep us busy.
Come on. This isn't football. We're talking this is a wrestling podcast. And that is ridiculous.
It's absolutely crazy to keep your champion off TV.
But
they've used up so much of his dates lately.
That's 4 months of not getting your champion on TV.
He has I'll only do 50 appearances, and his contract is crazy. Who else commands that kind of
Well, I mean, now this whole thing with John Jones, if it ends up them not being able to fight, WWE's got a lot more leverage on their side to get him to sign a.
Brock Lesnar's camp is saying for sure he was going to come back to fight John Jones too. And
yeah.
Now, he's not coming back at all.
Right.
The John Jones fight. And John Jones is not going to happen.
And
everyone's talking about this blood sample because John Jones' blood sample was clean the day of the fight.
Right.
They don't test for the same thing in a blood sample. It's not the same thing. They test for different things with the urine. The urine's what pissed hot. It's the B sample of the urine that we care about. The blood sample makes no difference. It's not going to exonerate him in any way. John Jones is going to get a big suspension.
Right, and it wouldn't make sense for Brock to come back and fight anybody other than John Jones, right?
Right. No, because there's no real money fights for him unless he goes up and faces Stipe for the heavyweight championship.
Right. Which would piss a lot of people off.
His last contest he won, but it was overturned.
Yeah.
For pissing hot, so.
Right.
Who knows? I mean, the UFC, though, has a real history of not caring.
So then my question is
about rankings and just doing the money fight. So maybe they do it, especially because it's because they obviously got sold, bought a $4 billion company, and now they're trying to make that money back. So that's why they're doing the money fights.
Right. But to bring this back to wrestling, so if he's not going to be on TV for 3-4 months, what do any of these guys have to fight for? What is the point?
Yeah, man, it really it clogs up the whole division, the whole roster, because that's the division. Right,
there's no reason.
The IC title becomes the biggest title again.
Which
is that really giving Miz his due? By default, you're the guy.
Right. No,
it's not like they're choosing him. They're saying, "Oh, well, since you got the only belt, I guess that one matters the most.
Right. I hate that, man. I hope that's wrong. Like, if you're going to do that, just put the title on Braun. Let that guy run amok with it. And then if you really want to do Roman and Brock at Mania,
you could do that at Mania without the belt, and it would be all right.
But if you want to do it with the belt, then you have Braun keep the title until Rumble, and you have maybe you have Brock come back and get his rematch at the Royal Rumble for the title, and then win it back, and then that's fine, and then Roman wins the Royal Rumble or whatever you want to do with that.
So just have Braun have a couple month run, on TV.
Yeah, a good 3-4 month run for his first run as champion's not a bad run, I don't think.
Not at all. And it'd be 4 months because he's thinking late January. That's 4 months even.
Yeah, that should be what they do. Now, will they? Who knows? Because now, like, I'm just wondering, like, how you have Brock beat Braun without making Braun look weak.
Well, I don't know. Like, Samoa Joe did it. Samoa Joe was strong in his defeat. It looked like
I guess
Brock
that's true.
escaped Samoa. So,
but Braun has been built up a lot more than Samoa Joe has.
Yeah, he looked like a monster in that Fatal 4-Way.
Yeah.
Dude, he looked like he had Brock's number.
Did you think for any second that Braun might have won the title that night?
No.
There's no doubt that Brock was still leaving?
Yeah, even when they wheeled him away.
Especially when they wheeled him away, right?
Like, well, he's definitely coming back.
Yeah, especially when they wheeled him away.
He came back a lot quicker than I thought he would.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't wait, nothing. Just, I'm right back in this thing.
Right.
I thought they were wheeling him away so like it could give the other guys like a good 20-minute match, 30-minute match.
Sure.
No, Brock was right there.
Yeah, 5 minutes later.
Yeah, and I mean the match lasted a while.
Right.
It's pretty good.
It was Brock. A great match.
So we had the more news on the 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen. But it was not really. It was 3v3.
3v3. Right.
So Sasha wasn't there, and Shayna Baszler wasn't there.
Right.
Well,
she's competing. Side. Which makes me think that since they're doing this, does it make you think that she might win the Mae Young Classic?
Baszler, maybe. She's got a name behind her.
Right.
She's got UFC fans.
Yeah.
She's had fights in the UFC. She's not like, it's not like she was a. Most of these girls, they say like have MMA backgrounds, but they're amateur backgrounds or.
She has a legit professional MMA background.
Regional promotions. Shayna Baszler fought in the UFC and won in the UFC. Like she's legit.
Right.
But she said this has been her dream. So, yeah, she could easily win it.
It was interesting, wasn't it, to see the 4 horsewomen of WWE, or there's only 3 of them, versus the 4 horsewomen of UFC. Again, there was only 3 on the face-off, but
it was so weird that like
it was weird.
So, Charlotte, Becky, and Bayley walk up. Like they got something to say, and then Ronda Rousey does all the time, and then they just walk away.
Yeah, what does she say? You name the time, you name the place,
right?
And then they just back up.
And she's like, "Oh, not today."
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that was a weird little.
If you watch the video, and I encourage anybody listening to this to go watch the video, it's such just like an awkward encounter. Like half of them are laughing or smiling the whole time.
Ronda Rousey like took a second to like compose herself, and then she put on her mean face.
Yeah. If they're gonna do this, it's gonna be at Survivor Series, right?
Yeah, that makes the most sense for sure.
How do you, man? That's such a scary thing to think about, though. Like 4 of your top women's wrestlers going in matches with 3, untrained professional wrestlers, but really they're MMA fighters that can really hurt you.
They're really going to have to carry that match.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, if anyone can do it.
I guess. Yeah, you're you're right. If anybody could do it, it's those 4.
I mean, I'll watch it.
Oh, I mean, I'm going to watch it, obviously.
Let's move on to SmackDown. We've been on Raw for a while. Starts off with Jinder Mahal and Singh Brothers trying to kiss his feet.
Why such the down voice? Don't hinder the gender.
How dare you? Don't hinder the gender.
You sound so upset that he's still champion.
So bad.
Why?
Why are you happy about it?
I'm not like necessarily happy about it. Like I'm just like so indifferent about it.
It's the most boring part. It's the only time during the week that I want to just shut off my TV and stop watching wrestling.
Why?
Because it's so not entertaining or fun.
So do you not like Jinder at all, or do you not like him as champion?
I don't like the way he's being forced on us just because they're trying to get into India. Give the guy his dues. He's been in the WWE for a while. He came in 2011, got cut. He's been back. He's been working his way, man. But
he was a part of.
Don't just suddenly push him because of business.
But he was a part of arguably the greatest faction in WWE history, in 3MB.
That's ridiculous.
What do you mean that's ridiculous? Any faction that has Hornswoggle in it, I am all for.
Hornswoggle is the GOAT.
But
Hornswoggle getting this is way off topic, but as soon as you said Hornswoggle, I remembered Kennedy. Mr. Kennedy, doing a senton bomb on the ladder with Hornswoggle, off a ladder or something. Yeah, it was in a Money in the Bank ladder match.
Do you remember the WLC match where it was him versus El Torito?
Yes,
that was so bad. It was good.
It was so good.
But okay, would you have preferred if Jinder had gotten a run with would you have been alright if he got a run with a mid-card title?
Sure.
If he got the US title?
Sure, that makes more sense.
And then
to just build him up slowly and give him momentum, but to just suddenly, he's the best now, and
right, because that's what it is, right? That's why fans aren't behind him, is because of how quick it happened, right?
And
going from job into winning the title.
And it's not you don't have other guys who've been putting in the work too that deserve it,
right?
Who he's just leapfrog.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn, when are you gonna get your day?
And that's not to say this is not a knock on Jinder, personally, and, the dude busts his ass. He does work his ass off. And he's made the most of his title run. He really has. It's just unfortunate that nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Drop the title, bro.
So they haven't announced it officially, have they? It's supposed to be him and Knock in Hell in a Cell, or in a cage match, right?
Better be. Who wants to see Orton again?
Oh no, it's Knock for sure. Yeah. But I think it's supposed to be in a cage match.
I think they're just doing, giving us a quote unquote dream match with Randy and Shinsuke.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Knock.
Yeah.
Which
that was a heel move, Randy.
It was very heel, wasn't it? To hit him with that RKO? It
was a very heel move, Randy.
He's
better heel anyway. Turn heel, bro.
Yeah, he's 100%.
Turn heel, get into a feud with Bobby.
When he's heel, there's arguably not a better heel in WWE because he plays it so perfect.
When he originally came out with that stomp move where he stomps on each joint and it goes around your brain, that's
old school heel, right?
Yeah, man, that's pro right there.
Was it Rick Rude that used to do that, or Kurt Hennig, one of those two?
Yeah, man.
That's such a heel move, and I love it. But when he's a face, it doesn't work. You can tell, when you can tell he doesn't want to be a face. You can tell he prefers working as a heel. He just comes off as this natural, arrogant asshole, and he plays it so well.
It's because I think it just kind of fits his personality. Not saying he's an asshole. I'm just saying
Which, there's stories out there that he's a big dick.
Yeah.
Apparently he's calmed down a lot since he's got this wife and a new baby and all that stuff. But there's stories out there that the guy is a huge asshole.
So we got Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable wrestling.
Feels like Shelton is going to turn heel, doesn't it?
It feels like he didn't want to be in a tag team. When Chad Gable tries his double suplex and he pushes him away.
Yeah.
It's no, I got this. And then he uses his finisher to win the match. There wasn't really any double teaming going on.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Well, it just kind of feels like he doesn't want another, the world's greatest tag team 2.0.
Yeah, I think he's over that.
And I can't blame the guy. I want him to get a singles push.
Yeah.
Shelton Benjamin versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the title sounds so good.
Every time Shelton Benjamin is next to Chad Gable, I'm like, man.
Well, it's no different than with Jason Jordan.
Yeah, it is a little bit different.
Chad Gable's just so small.
Yeah, poor guy.
They should push him as Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, that could work.
Probably not.
Yeah.
He'll never be as over as somebody as Daniel Bryan.
Just when you finally give Daniel the title and then Randy Orton screws him and cashes in.
Yeah.
Triple H screws him, I guess. That was done so perfect. like they clearly weren't even trying to do it, but like when it actually like happened and the fans got so behind them, like that's hard to recreate.
I do. So I think this eventually leads to Shelton turning on Chad Gable. Hell, maybe this leads to Chad Gable turning on Shelton because he's tired of him not. I mean, I don't know. Who knows what WWE has in store with this? But I don't want Shelton in a tag team. I want him to get a push because, like, here's my question: like, if you were gonna do this, why even break up America Alpha in the first place?
Who knows?
Like, there's other than this weak ass storyline where he's Kurt Angle's illegitimate son.
Yeah, what does Jason Jordan do now?
I don't know.
No idea.
I have no idea.
All right, moving on. U.S. Open Challenge came back.
Yes, love it.
Baron Corbin says he's going to answer. Ty Dillinger comes out and answers the call.
10.
Were you upset at how quick he lost?
Yeah. Dude, I will tell you this. All right, I went to the Royal Rumble this year, right? Mm-hmm. The loudest pop I've ever heard in my life was when Ty came out at number 10.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, without question, dude, that place went nuts.
The one for AJ Styles the year before, like, apparently, like, most of that was cut out.
Yeah,
like,
because it
took so long.
Right.
Yeah.
But, dude, I'm telling you, like, in person, me personally, biggest pop I've ever heard in my life for anybody.
That's awesome.
It was crazy. He got a
big pop when he answered the challenge this week.
I know, dude. I don't know what it is.
Over.
Like, I want Vince out of, like, I don't want him to have any creative control over anybody. I don't want him to have him say anything in WWE. Because if Triple H was running it, man, I'm not saying Ty would be, getting a huge push, but he'd definitely be more of a centerpiece in the mid card.
I think I wasn't upset that like it ended so quick. I was upset that he tapped out.
Yeah.
Like do like a roll up or something.
Right.
Yeah, if you're gonna have the match last less than a minute.
A
minute, which is what it seemed like. You can just Ty got excited and get caught. But
right. I mean now, and it's not like he lost to nobody. I mean he did lose to AJ Styles.
True, but like tapping out, he's a face.
You don't like it when a face taps out?
Not like that, like so quick.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I didn't like it at all.
I don't know, dude. I love Ty Dillinger though.
Baron Corbin finally addressed the John Cena thing. Like, he ran off the Raw and hid from me.
Right.
After he beat your ass.
Dude, apparently...
I think Corbin...
Oh, so
I don't know if he wins.
Did you hear what Meltzer is reporting the heat is? Like what this story is now on what the heat on Baron Corbin was? So apparently... It's been unreported, but the rumors that are going around on like Reddit and stuff like that. So I guess Meltzer didn't necessarily confirm it, but he did say the rumor going around on Reddit is that the heat for Corbin has to do with the doctor, WWE's doctor they were talking with talent about like concussions and CTEs and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. And Corbin called him out in like the middle of everybody and was just like arguing against all of the doctor's points. And I guess it like got so bad that Corbin he could have been fired because of it. But Vince likes him so much that they didn't fire him, but they, took the Money in the Bank briefcase off of him and, slowed his push down.
That "where's your briefcase" Santa's going to follow him for a while. I think.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. I think it's sticking.
But apparently Vince still loves Corbin, so he'll be all right if he,
Hopefully he can win the mid-card title. We can get AJ Styles going up and taking the title off of Jinder.
It's going to be Shinsuke, don't worry.
Who knows? Or Bobby Roode.
What are they doing with him?
I'd be so happy.
What are they doing with Roode?
I don't know. I don't like him as a face, but it's better than nothing.
I guess. It's good to see him on the main roster. They just aren't using him right.
Just destroyed Mike Kanellis. That wasn't one-sided. Mike Kanellis had basically no offense in that match.
Right.
Did you hear why Mike was kept off TV for so long?
So he had like drug problems, right?
With like prescription drugs.
Yeah.
Popping too many pills.
He was, yeah.
Which apparently can become common when you have
Sure, when you're in an industry like this.
Yeah. You're in pain. You take some medicine, it gets better, but you grow resistance, so you take more and more. It's a pretty common thing.
I hate seeing when it's something like that. I hate seeing a guy get punished for it. Because it's like it's a problem and they need to be helped and not punished.
I don't know if he was punished though.
Dude, he got his ass.
He was getting his ass kicked before he got off TV.
Yeah.
Like, clearly, they don't value him like they value Maria.
Why even bring him up on the main roster? Because of Maria?
Yeah. I don't think he's
kind of weak. I'm not saying he is, but...
Yeah, it would suck if he was.
Right.
Like, at least the guy, like...
He's getting help, right?
Realized he had a problem.
Yeah, he's getting help.
He's getting help. So, good for him.
Did you, speaking of... I don't want to say speaking of getting help. Did you see the video that Ric Flair posted?
Yeah, I love that shirt.
I'm not dead yet, motherfuckers.
That was a great shirt. I didn't see the video, but I saw the photo of it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, he's cutting a Ric Flair promo. You got to watch it when you get a chance.
I will. I'll watch it right after this.
It's quick, 30-second video, but it's pretty funny.
And then I'll show you the Miz and the Jeff Hardy.
Yeah. We got to see that.
But, okay, so KO, right?
Okay.
Interrupts Aiden English, comes out, talks shit on Shane. Shane comes out and says, I called it fair, and blah, blah, blah. But the big story here is KO putting on the ref shirt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And screwing Sami Zayn. I'm actually excited. I don't even care that we're getting KO and Sami Zayn if that's what happens. Because, man, at least Sami Zayn gets to do something.
Fight forever.
It seems like the only time he matters is when he's fighting KO.
Yeah.
Isn't that awful?
It's so bad. I mean, it's not bad. Like,
but
the feud is great.
He's getting more time if he's getting into a feud with KO, though.
I just think it's funny that they were like, this is the last time we're ever going to fight each other. And then they've wrestled each other about 6 times since then.
Right.
It's never...
And the way they ended it, though, with like Sami Zayn haluva kicking KO
mm-hmm.
and then catching him.
Right.
And then putting him back on the turnbuckles and haluva kicking him again.
Yeah.
That was perfect.
What are they doing with Sami, man?
Apparently he's about to feud with KO.
Yeah, but he deserves so much better than...
He deserves so much better. He's one of the best wrestlers on the roster. He's one of the most underrated.
I'm not saying he deserves so much better than a feud with Kevin Owens.
No, obviously not.
Yeah, I'm saying he deserves so much... He deserves so much better than...
He deserves a damn
what
title.
He was doing. Yeah, absolutely.
He held the Intercontinental title for maybe a month or two. He didn't take it off of KO and then lose it at Mania?
He never had the title.
Okay, so he hasn't had shit.
Ambrose? Ambrose did that.
Oh, yeah. So he hasn't had anything.
Yeah, and he was NXT champion for all of 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Before KO took the title off of him. Yeah, he hasn't held anything on the main roster.
A little pop-up power apron bomb.
Right.
Whatever.
I'm so glad he doesn't do that anymore, by the way.
Yeah.
That move scares the hell out of me when he does
Dangerous.
that. Yeah. Yeah, he has not had a main title run.
It's crazy, man. He hasn't even sniffed it.
Not really. I mean, he's been in some contender matches.
Yeah.
But
I mean, not really.
Yeah.
Him and the Money in the Bank is the closest, I think.
I would love... How about putting him and KO in a tag team together?
That'd be weird.
The disgruntled... Dude, I
would take time. It'd be like an Ambrose Rollins kind of thing. You have to build that trust again.
More like a Sheamus Cesaro thing. I love when they put heels and faces in tag teams together. It's one of the most entertaining things that they do.
I know. I agree.
So
Cesaro and Sheamus trying to one up each other.
Yeah. And now,
awesome.
I mean, those two, man.
Those two are just great. They have really good England chemistry. I was reading an article talking about how they were whoever wrote the article was upset that they were so low
mm-hmm.
on PWI's top 500. They were I think 54 and 60 respectively or something, and which is super low for them. It's the lowest they've debuted on that list in years. And it's just because they're a tag team, but it's man, they're still doing some of their best work today.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should be higher on that list.
Who was number 500?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Who was Mr. Irrelevant? I don't know.
I have no idea who it could have been.
We could look it up, but nobody cares, Mr. Irrelevant. So, Usos get to pick the stipulation.
Uh-huh.
What do you think it's going to be? Cage match? Keeps one of them out? That's what I got. Not broken Xavier Woods can do anything anyway.
Well, you say it keeps one of them out, but...
Well, it keeps one of them out of the ring, but obviously they still get involved.
Well, yeah, but I mean, we saw with
Tag cage matches.
Yeah, because we saw with the Hardys and Sheamus and Cesaro that it doesn't matter. I mean, Jeff Hardy escaped and then went back into the match, and they ended up losing.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it'll be a cage match because I think they're going to do Jinder versus Knock in a cage. So I don't think they're going to have 2 cage matches.
So what do you think the stipulation is going to be? Just like a street fight or a penitentiary match and they bring in some new...
Dude, who knows? Like, it'll probably be like a trombone on a pole match. I could see it being a street fight.
Yeah, it's going to be...
That would fit the Usos characters, right? Like, that would fit...
For sure.
Fit their gimmick, a street fight. You know, they're these... I don't want to call them thugs, but that's kind of how they come off.
How excited are you about Tamina's new push with Lana?
I'm happy for her. I think it's overdue.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna do it slowly.
Yeah,
build it up.
because she's kind of just been like, in like everything, she's kind of just been like the person in the back, right? When they had was it Team Bad? Where Sasha, Naomi, and Tamina, right?
Yeah, Team Bad.
And she was just she's just always been in the background. It's nice to see her finally get a push.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so,
you have anything else?
Yeah, I just got just a couple questions for you. How many, have you ever been to a pay-per-view?
No.
No? Have you?
No.
You've never been to WWE show at all?
Because, like, I've always, like, been, like, the lone guy. Like, the one guy who watches wrestling. Like, all my friends. Like,
dude, they were just here on Saturday.
Yeah, and I don't want to go to an event by myself.
Oh.
Yeah, they were at a live event. And I wanted to go to the pay-per-view in St. Louis a couple months back.
Oh. Money in the Bank?
Yeah.
I was there.
Were you?
Yeah. I went to
Every
that.
time I come to bring Raw or SmackDown here, I always, like, ask people and nobody wants to go.
All right, well, we'll go together next time they come. I don't know when it'll be.
Aww.
I think Kansas City's way overdue for a pay-per-view.
Yeah, man. It's just St. Louis. It's Randy Orton's hometown.
I know. But hey, now Baron Corbin.
It's not that far.
Baron Corbin should have won Money in the Bank in Kansas City, not St. Louis.
Ooh.
I hate St. Louis. Let's just get that out of the way. If we have any St. Louis listeners, I apologize. Your city fucking sucks.
Screw the Cardinals. We're all based
so
we don't need to talk win-loss records.
So you've never been to any show? That's crazy to me.
Yeah,
I've been to 2 pay-per-views alone this year, but the last WWE pay-per-view I went to before this year was Over the Edge 1999.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was the last pay-per-view I went to.
Over the Edge.
Yeah. That was, in case anybody listening doesn't know, that was the fateful night Owen Hart died.
You were there?
I was there. I was like 9 years old.
What was that like?
It was weird, like, cause I was like 9, so I didn't like really register like exactly what was happening, until like the next day, really, because I don't think they, if I remember right, they didn't announce it to the crowd that he had passed away, but on the pay-per-view, King and JR did.
Yeah.
If I remember right, they didn't tell the crowd. So it was just kind of
just like killed the mood. Why would they do that?
Yeah,
everyone to be silent for that.
It was kind of it was kind of an eerie feeling though. Like you knew something was wrong, you just weren't exactly sure.
No wonder it took you so long to go to another pay-per-view.
Well, before after that, we've only had one pay-per-view in Kansas City since then, and that was the very first Money in the Bank. The very first standalone Money in the Bank pay-per-view was here in Kansas City in 2010, I believe.
And that was your return?
No, I didn't go to that one.
Oh. Nope.
I regret not going to that one. But since I had been to a WCW pay-per-view, I want to say in 2000, 2001.
Man, I never... Like, I was super into wrestling as a kid, like, hardcore. Like, every week. I don't even know how I knew when it was on, but every week I was watching, and my mom never took me to a damn pay-per-view.
My dad actually took me to an ECW show. He didn't really know what ECW was, and they were at the Uptown Theater in downtown Kansas City, and we went, and it was crazy. It was pretty cool.
I want to be at one of those where everyone just throws their chairs in.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I was really scared, like, I think it was like 2006 or 2007 when they brought back ECW, kind of. Not really. But John Cena faces RVD for the title. And, like, there was everywhere you look, like, if Cena wins with Riot Side, like, they're going to kill him.
He's going to die. Literally going to get murdered.
Because Cena doesn't lose, and then Cena lost. And I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Because even then I was a Cena fan. I was like, bro, live to fight another day.
Speaking of that, RVD wins the title and then gets popped for fucking weed and drops it immediately.
Yeah.
What a
bastard.
Yeah.
Stupid, man.
Oh, well. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
But, so, yeah, we need to get you to a show.
For sure.
We need to get you to a show then. I didn't know you had never been to one.
Never.
That makes me so sad for you as a wrestling fan. Makes me so sad.
Yeah.
Because it's, like, the first time you go, it's weird because you're expecting to hear the announcers, and you don't hear the announcers at all, obviously, when you're there live. And fans suck. Like, wrestling fans are the worst.
Yeah. Sure, there's going to be 1,000 signs in your face.
It's not that bad. It's not as bad as it used to be. But yeah, we'll get you to a show.
For sure, man.
All right.
Definitely down. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us here. That's all we have for you this week. Make sure you check out our other podcast from Sago to Shiva, Fantasy Football with Chase and Tom. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube at 816 Podcasting. And thank you.
Thank you.